Hello, you wonderful flipping soul, and welcome to another cheeky dive into why on earth I've chosen a song of the week, what it means to me, how it speaks to me, how it might in turn speak to you, and get some context in between that. To be very clear, a few things. Number one, any visual content you're going to get is I hit record and I go, and it's just me. Blah, verbal diarrhea and passion and everything in between. Secondly, sometimes I forget to hit record and I just talk to myself. Pretty unsurprising, I would imagine, for you to imagine. Now, that's the first time I've used Budum Ting in this video. Technically, it's number 7 today. I just talked to myself for 15 bloody minutes, and here we are. Theo was, let me show you, he's been through a range of emotions, kneading next to me. He is there. On Tuesday this week, are you going to balance for me, camera? We're not quite level, but that's good enough for me. On Tuesday, I believe that was the 10th of May, 2022, I saw an incredible scene. As I turned, I had to pause then for a second. I felt like it was deja vu, like I fucking told you this story before, but didn't hit record. Is that the 2nd or the 8th? I don't know. How long's a piece of string? I don't think that quite fits here, does it? I saw an incredible sight a few days ago. I look out the patio. To my right is the patio door here, broadcasting live from the living room. And I see an abseiling caterpillar, stunning, oranges and yellows. I'm not a caterpillar expert. Were they legs? Are they parts of what's going to form into, are they legs? Is it going to form again into a butterfly? I don't know how this works. I'm not Darwin and I don't have any theories about nature. What I do have is observations. This thing abseiled down like Tom Cruise in fucking Mission Impossible and then hung out on the deck there for at least an hour. And then, almost like it knew Jodie and Harley were going to get home from school, he managed to walk his way around to the front door, up the side table that we keep shoes on there, and where sometimes late before I go to try and sleep, right? Outside the house, come on. There's kids in here. Set an example, which is don't tell them what it is. Make sure it's in at least 3 containers so there's no in the air. Anyway, this is a side note. He was waiting for them when they got home. They were like, oh my God, there's this cute caterpillar out in the front. It's like, oh, well, don't worry. Bill's already named him and I've made a theme song. Was he the caterpillar? Now you watch Theo's reaction when I start singing this as well, because it was so good the first time. Was he the caterpillar? Here he goes. It pisses him off. He doesn't like it. Was he the caterpillar? Good boy. So it's fucking ridiculous. There you are, see? It is ridiculous. Theo thinks that. I thought that. There's a little bit of bonus content. I'm joking. But actually, what I did say in the first video was that Sam, if you've seen these great animations of my conversations that Sam out of Paris does, but he's actually from one of the islands right next to Vancouver Island here. It's a long story. We connected on Fiverr, and it transpired that he'd heard me when I worked at the Zone years ago and then went to teach in France. And amazing how the universe does that. And he's become a dear friend, a great flipping animator and artist is Sam. He's going to start taking some of these silly moments from the show, and I'm going to start throwing those as extra content onto Patreon for patrons. Is that the 3rd or the 9th time today? And let's just dive into flipping song of the week. That's what this video is all about.
Oh, bro, it's just like
every week, song of the week. We're just going to dive into what the song of the week is, why I chose it, how it speaks to me, etc., etc. First thing I'm going to do, we're going to go to the website. whatwasthatradio.com. Go to music. Dive into the Song of the Week portal. This has been tweaked about 3 weeks back. You may have seen in the last 2 videos. If this is your first time checking out a video, it's been tweaked, and please consider checking it out, because you can either dive right into the top, the Spotify playlist. You can go into the months, because it started Song of the Week back in October 2021. Or then you could scroll down a bit and say, oh, I quite like the look of Jeen On and On, which is Song of the Week number 29, and it's this week's. As I write here, Jeen O'Brien is an utterly brilliant and extremely prolific musician. She's based out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. She's released 5 records since 2015. She's written songs for the likes of Serena Ryder, Hawksley Workman, and Great Big Sea. And she's very successful in writing for TV, and whether that be TV shows or commercials and all in between. She's done adverts for Google commercials to Degrassi, which I'm told is actually, I'm pretty sure I put an IMDb link in here, didn't I? Wikipedia. Well, a Canadian teen drama franchise created in 1979. She's done bits of music, or her music has been used in that as well. And when it comes to a new album, this is going to be, well, it's called Tracer. It's out October the 21st. It's going to be her 7th, I believe. Did I write that here? Ian Blurton has co-produced her last 2 records. She plays guitar, bass, and synth. Blurton handles lead guitar, and Stephan, I think that's Szczesniak is behind the kit. I'm pretty sure that's a Polish surname. I'm thinking of, I always think of soccer players, football players, one might say. I've got that the wrong way around for the first time in nearly 13 years of living here. It's football, really, but some might say soccer. The 4th or the 10th, you tell me. And I'm going to quickly double check myself over here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the 7th album. It's not the end of the world if it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be the 6th album. Yeah, Dog Bite came out in 2021. Jeen in 2020. Gift Shop in 2018. So let me play you a little bit of On and On. Just get that open in a new window there. This is a lyric video. What I should share quickly is what she said, which was, quote, I wrote On and On last spring and summer when nothing felt worth it anymore. Everything was grinding me down when I was working on this one. On and On is about breaking points and falling down more times than you're willing to get back up. It's better this way. There's such a wonderful warmth and effortlessness to her delivery. It's for me, I wouldn't be surprised if this is essentially how she speaks. It's just so, I say lackadaisical, and I don't mean that to come across negatively. It just seems just gentle, at her own pace, in her own time. She knows who she is. She knows how she performs. She knows damn well how her voice works. And I just think it's just so slick and effortless. That's the first thing that caught me when I heard Better Drugs and Backyard and Disarray, which we'll get into in a second here off of the last couple of records. But there's just an effortless confidence to this. And this is the sort of person that you know, when you say to someone, I don't think you realize how good you are. And they say, oh, that's very kind, thank you. But they do know. But they've got so much class. Is this making sense? Right? They check themselves. This is the sort of person that I try and learn and grow from, is to like, what do you do in situations that really get you going? How do you stay calm? Because that's where I feel I've got the most work to do, is as much as I pride myself on staying calm, it's how can you ground yourself as quickly as possible? And there is an air to her voice. There is an air to her sharing. Obviously, when you go through lyrical content, like I have dissected every single record, a lot of heart on sleeve situations here. A lot of growth has been discovered across the last 10 years. Yes, like we all go through our own growth, but there's a steely confidence in knowing who she knows damn well who she is. I'm just going back full circle to that first point. Let's continue with the song. I've got a lot of time for it. How many people have you seen in the store, and even with a mask on, you've gone, I know who that is. Fuck, I don't want to speak to you right now. See, I'm going to go and pretend I'm shopping for crackers in the other aisle or whatever. Oh, yeah, I'm into organic stuff now. I'll go down into the organic section here. I had a moment with Jay from Bedouin Sound Clash, and Harley and Jody and I were in the organic. So we were in the vegan aisle. And we both looked at each other, and we both initially were like, oh, that's so-and-so, and then looked away, and then realized, like, no, I just want to fucking speak to this person. And when we apologized, it was like we knew damn well, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. I should have come straight over. It's like, no. You can take those few seconds. For God's sake, we'll decide what we do with our own time. And in grocery stores, I always just presume people are like, you know, doing what I'm doing. They've probably made a mistake. They've got to grab this and get back because the dinner is essentially cooked and this is holding it up. You know, I haven't got time for 20-minute conversation. When you bump into me, you're like, fuck, I haven't got 2 hours. Quick, John won't have noticed. Just run. Right, you get the idea with that. I want to show you some of the other songs that I really like. Better Drugs. I said Better Drugs, Disarray, didn't I? Let's go to watch off of our website here. Maybe I'll Be Gone is good too. Deep End is the first thing I discovered, actually. This is the first song I discovered. I really like this. So this came out August 2020. I'm going to guess then, checking the albums next to me, that's off of the self-entitled Jeen. Yep, track 9. So off of the 4th record. This was one of the first songs I played on What Was That at launch, September 2020. This was my introduction to Jeen a few years back. And to be honest with you, I thought it was a whole band. Initially, at first listen, I just presumed it was a whole band. And it's a multi-instrumentalist called Jeen. I cheekily haven't seen this. This is flipping trippy and cool. My eyes have... I was just saying this at dinner time. I said to Jody, can you take a picture of me? Because you know when your eyes go out of focus they get lazy. And I honestly feel that when someone's eyes are slightly out of focus, they look like the Dementor is sucking... Is it Dementors in Harry Potter? You're the wizard, Harry. It looks like they're getting their souls sucked out. And this artwork is... Man, I've never done acid, but is this what it is? Because like the way my brain analyzes everything, I'm looking at every duck and like doing a newspaper quiz on Sunday when you like spot the difference. Okay, these all look like they're the same, but no, that one's quacking and those other 5 aren't. Great song. Great song. Modern Life's good too. It's bedtime here, so I can hear Harley. Sometimes when Harley checks his Fitbit, Harley's 8 at the end of the day. If he's not got enough steps, he will dive around the bedroom upstairs, and that's what I can hear right now. So we're getting close to story time, so we'll be close to... I've already been going at you for 15 minutes. This is Jeen, Modern Life off of, I'm pretty sure, the Gift Shop record in 2018. Sorry, it's titled Modern Life. Going mad upstairs, having fun. Is that an EP then? Either way, I really liked this song, and I was sad because I cheekily don't want anything. I don't like to use the word want very often. I'd rather wish is a more genteel and less expectant word for me personally in my experience on this planet we call Earth. But I wish for us to not really have anything older than 4 years. And so with this song being outside of that, do you know what has just hit me in this first bit here? I would love... Oh, this is we're going to see how much wrestling I watch. AE-dub. Middle Class Rut. It's giving me some serious Middle Class Rut vibes, and I would love to see a team up with Zach to write some songs. Do you remember New Low from 2010? I just think their voices, and I'm hopefully speaking with this gentleman on the left here in a few months' time, which you'll get the heads up for the exclusive stream. Come on. Sorry, Google. I would really like to see that collab. Now, what was the song that initially came to mind with that? Was it Desert Road? No. Yeah. Listen to the way they have similar vocal traits. I'm not saying that. Just see if you can pick up what I'm picking up. There's this flow and there's this gentle confidence that isn't arrogant. It's just honed in on their ability, their vocal, their voice. I just think that would be magical. Let's keep listening to Modern Life. Brilliant. It's brilliant. All right, let me show you one more before maybe there's not a video for it. Is there not a video for Better Drugs, or have I already done that? Am I going stir crazy? You'd think that Deep End would be the Better Drugs video, for goodness sake. Here we are. It's your Jeen must-haves, your starting point for Jeen. Is this, what is this? Is this a frog? Are those... I don't know, I'm pointing at you. Are those... Yay high. Are those two eyes? Is this a butterfly or a frog? Oh, I know what this is. Do you know what this started as? Was it the caterpillar? It didn't. It didn't. Oh, yeah. I really like that line. I really didn't mean to make you so concrete. Most people might say didn't mean to make you so stiff or so awkward or so anxious or so, but concrete, I love that. And that's another thing that tells me when you listen to these records, when you look through the lyrical content, that there is a maturity and a self-assuredness to this. That yes, a lot of these songs are born out of anxious moments, but there's, as much as there might be anxiety in and around other parts of her life, and this is without knowing her, there is that confidence in the middle, that foundation of her ability to then write and perform about it. And it's those sort of lines that a lot of the time you're going to just, when you listen to a perform and you go, oh, that's so contrived. It's so forced. It's trying to be what you aren't. This speaks to me as just being that quiet, non-condescending energy of like, I'm fucking sharp at this. See if you can pick up on it. That concrete line. That's... You can't see I'm doing this. Oh. All right. Yeah, that's my little thoughts and intro to Jeen. If this is new to you, as I play the song of the week every flipping show weekdays for that week, best I can, unless I forget, with that really high-end intro that I made live on the air in October last year. And thank you so much. I keep checking over here to see that it's recorded, because I'd be so gutted if this one didn't record either. You know, Mercury's rising right now, for those of you that follow astrology, and what that means is that there's just going to be a few technical issues the next little moon trimester. And once that moon term has passed and Mercury sinks again, then we're going to be fine, right? It's in retrograde, okay? That's the technical term. Although I do still think it's rising. Mercury's rising. All right. You wonderful, wonderful souls. Thank you all very much, as always, for your time. Whatever you're doing the rest of the day, as always, please look after yourself. I hope there's some fun and smiles involved in the rest of it too, because we have to cherish that positive Mercury rising or retrograding or whatever. Okay? Lots of love to you. Big time. 34 of you. I don't even know. If you're watching this to the end here, can you let me know? Just for shits and giggles. But for 34 people of the 50 to move from the PayPal to Patreon in 14 days, it means an awful lot to me. And you're going to see as well, because you're going to be far more in touch with the content I'm doing if you can't check it live and beyond, and just knowing what on earth is going on in What Was That Radio in my world, to be frank. So thank you for your support. I flipping love and appreciate it an awful lot. Until next time, cheerio. And now I will end the recording.